So you're very welcome. It's Aisling Mooney, spiritual business mentor, and I'm here today with a participant that's in the Abundant Heart program that has gone through all of the steps. I just thought it would be useful for you to have a case study to see a real person having taken these steps and what they've done with that, you know, where they are in their business, where they were before, how they were when they went through this process, and where they are now in their business. So I have with me today a beautiful lady, one of my favorite clients. All of my clients are favorite clients. was Linda Martin. And we had great fun with Linda setting up this program. And Linda is a Kundalini yoga instructor and was looking for some way. I think in your testimonial, Linda, you had given up on the yoga, on the idea of it for a couple of years. You were working full time, and it was about that time you signed up. You were looking for something online. You signed up for the Abundant Heart, and we had a beautiful journey to create something. You've gone through the journey of creating your freebie, and now we're just about to launch a new program together. So, without further ado, you're very welcome to Linda. I'll let you just introduce yourself for a minute, Linda, and just say hello. Tell people just a little bit about maybe your Kundalini yoga and where you are at the moment.
Hello. Okay. Hi, I'm Linda. It's great to be here. I'm honoured that you've picked me to be an interviewee for the Abundant Heart program, considering I actually haven't sold anything yet, so thanks for that. But yeah, so I'm developing a program, or I have developed a program, and I am recording at the minute. This is my space here. So I've recorded 3 classes, 3 Kriyas yesterday, and I'm planning to do 2 today. And I'm editing them. So I've learned how to edit video and audio while I was doing the Abundant Heart program. Not that you taught me that, but you know, yeah. I've learned that much. And I'm able to, I'm just about to package it up and try and sell it.
So, you know, I asked you, Linda, because of your enthusiasm, because it to show people, like I've interviewed Sarah. Sarah went through the whole process, launched her first program, sold 9 places, and continues to launch that program and to fill it, and you know, has a brilliant community there of graduates that have gone through her program, and she's making money. But I just thought, like, you really gave your freebie socks. You really, you know, you decided to go for this 40-day free, like, boot camp, like yoga every single day, and you put yourself through a grueling task, actually. And I just, you know, but because of that journey, first of all, you got to do your own yoga practice every day. Second, you got to get the courage to record yourself. So you gained confidence. I remember texting you in the middle of that and going, this is great. At the end of it, no matter what happens, you will have confidence. You'll be able to turn on the computer, the video. You'll be no problem, be able to chat to anybody, you know. And from considering that you were someone that was terrified, of, you know, you just didn't have that confidence of, you know, being able to
get in front of a screen. Like, even just today, I didn't know what time we were going on it. I actually just posted in the partnership group what time are we having our interview, and that was 20 minutes ago. And then I realised it was 11 o'clock, and I had to move the whole computer because I had to move the whole scenario. I'm wearing just what I'm wearing, and I'm on talking to you, and there's people going to be watching this. Like, 20 minutes ago, like when I first did the video for the Abundant Heart program, I was a day. I cleaned the house. I was making sure that I looked right. I was testing different angles, and sure, it looked ridiculous. Like, it was such a waste of time. So that, I think that in itself is massive. Like, that I'm actually.
So that's why I invited you, Linda, because I just wanted people to see the different parts of this whole story. So one of the parts is, you know, you go through the avatar, the transformation. You develop a package. And then you do your web page, you know, and you've done all that. And then it's, what's your free introduction to this? How do you gather? And that's where you have jumped in. That's the step where you jumped in, that you decided to run this free course, which I think now that it's actually could be a paid program. It could be a lead into, so it could be one of the tiers. So you could have another little freebie, which could be maybe 3 yoga sessions. And then that jumps into the 40-day practice. And then that jumps into, if people want that group coaching live with you, as you're saying, you're developing something now over 6 or 8 weeks. So anyway, what I would love to hear is just how you were before the Abundant Heart program, how you were before even the training, the free training that you jumped in, and you know, sort of what led you to jump in. Just talk about how you were before to start.
Okay. So I was teaching regular Kundalini yoga classes in Galway. I did my training in 2008, and I had a weekly regular class, which was just perfect for me. I loved, because it gave me the joy of teaching, you know. I could, and I loved it. And then my husband got a job in Dublin, or you know, the recession and all that sort of stuff. So we moved to Dublin, but the rents were massive.
Yeah.
And I was also working as a massage therapist and offering treatments in Galway. But I mean, the rents in Galway, I think we had 300 a month or something like that, and it was fine. I wasn't making any money, but I was grand. So when I moved to Dublin, I had to make money, so I had to go back to work. And then Dublin is really busy, like for somebody that's coming from Galway, like traffic and even I was getting lost every day. So I did go to a couple of yoga centres and introduce myself, but everything was so easy in Galway. Like if I went to a yoga centre, I knew them. Yeah. And it was just, you can teach a class, no problem. But you'd have to get to know people in Dublin, and they'd want an interview, and it was just so much effort. And then
you're already working full time. You're like,
I was working full time. I was exhausted, and then even just to get to the set to actually attend a yoga class even was really hard. And I kind of thought, not just that, but my mum had passed away, and I just thought I needed a break from yoga. So I took a break before I decided to go back. And then that was when I tried to go to those centres and stuff. It was just wasn't working out. I just kind of think everything is meant to be. Like there's a time for everything. And I was meant to take a break. So then I felt I was meant to come back. And then you just popped up.
As I do. Yeah. And then you found the free training.
Yeah, so I did actually. It happened. I was actually in January. I was starting to come back. So Kundalini Yoga is lovely. There's a great community of people that support you through your practice. People that are teachers, and they try to make, they support you to keep a practice of Kundalini Yoga, because you need to have a practice if you're teaching. But when you're not practicing, and you're around people that are practicing, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I had kind of moved away from the community a little bit, and I was getting back to my friends, you know, I was getting back in touch with them and letting them know that I was still alive and stuff. And one of the girls said, "Oh, why don't you teach online?" And that was in January. So she was talking about doing something similar. And I hadn't been teaching in 2 years. And I think it was around February or March was the last training. And the next time I met her, I had everything. Like she was like, "I just suggested this to you a couple of months ago," and I was offering her yoga online, so it's mad.
So she said, "Why don't you do this online?" I popped up, bing bang bong, there you were.
And now it's happening, yeah.
Love it. So talk a little bit about the process of being in that group. So you jumped from the free training into the Abundant Heart, which was pretty intensive over a few months, I think it was at that stage. We've condensed it down so that people can do it over a longer period. It's a bit of intensive, 6 to 8 weeks, and then there's group support for the whole year. But just talk about that being part of that group and the process and going through those steps, and anything that came up for you, or anything that you enjoyed, that worked for you, or that helped you specifically?
I think the most helpful thing was just how small the parts were, the steps were. I didn't see when I was doing each step that this was going to be complete.
Yeah.
And if you had have showed me in the beginning that that's what it was going to be, I probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I might have been a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But the steps were, you're doing this about maybe your client or your avatar, or you're doing this about, and it's all related to you. So I felt like, oh, well, what am I going to do for my client? Oh, I can do that. And then that's done. And then you go to the next thing, and then that's done. And then at the end of it, or halfway through, or whatever point, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, this is actually complete. And that was, I think that was the most helpful thing for me.
Yeah.
The small steps.
Yeah, that everything was broken down and that you could bring it together without the overwhelm. And how was the community space, and how was the coaching, the group calls?
Oh, it was great. I still listen to you every night. You gave us a free meditation for Metatron. It's weird actually looking at you now, telling you I'm listening to your voice every night.
That Metatron is one of that Chakra Power is one of the most powerful meditations that I've recorded. Everybody that has done that, my clients actually listen to it more than me, so I'm not surprised, because it was completely channeled. It's a very, very powerful meditation and process, so I'm not surprised, and you've actually reminded me that I need to go and listen to it again myself, so to set myself a 21 day, or set myself up a practice and just listen to it.
But even just, and that was another thing that I found amazing from Junior Pro, because I'd never done anything online before, just how powerful that listening to a recording can be. And you did a couple of recordings in the group as well that were relative just to us. I remember the meditation about getting, when all the angels were singing your name.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lovely one. Yeah, I must listen to that one again. I was talking about that just a while ago. But yeah, it's really special. And then that made me realize that actually maybe Kundalini Yoga could be transferred to online. And the 40-day program, what I got from that was I listened to myself. So I recorded it, and then I didn't have to be looking at timers and all that sort of stuff. I just was able to follow myself through the Kriya. And I actually got something from it. So yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
That was beneficial.
So when you think about how you were and having gone through this process, and bang, you're online, you're about to launch your program, we'll be looking at, the steps, what you've completed already and where you are. Why would you recommend this to anyone? Why would you, anyone that's sitting on the fence, that's thinking, will I, won't I? This is this program for me. I'm not sure if it's worth the investment. I'm not sure if it's worth the time. I'm not sure if it's the right step, or they're just sitting on the fence. Like what would you say to that person? I mean, I'm only looking for people on that program that are sacredly contracted to work with me, that feel that being, that connection, that know that I'm the next step, I'm to walk with them the next step, the next part of that journey. So it's really them that I'm speaking to, those people that are on the fence, and it's just, if it's for them, that we can help them over. What would you say to them? Why would you recommend the process?
I would say really listen to themselves, and if they have the calling, that it's worthwhile, that they can, I don't know, what would I say to them?
So if there's anybody sitting there like you were when you did the free training and you were just about to jump in, what was it that made you jump in? You were there, you'd done the free training, you went through these steps. What was the moment when you said, yes, that's it, I need to be on that program?
Well, I actually just knew that I needed to work with you. You did a free on the spiritual break, the free training that you did. You did an interview with Zion, and you were able to tell her her soul purpose.
Yeah.
And I knew that what you were telling her was true. And I was like, oh, I need that. I need that. Like, I really didn't know where I was going.
Yeah.
So that was my big moment. But I didn't actually step up until a long time, until it was nearly over. The very last minute, I think I was actually, it had doors had already closed, and I was like, can I go?
Yeah.
I need to do it.
Okay, my love, that is, it's a joy to talk to you and to see you grow. And, when I think about how you were when we first met, and that you were still grieving, you were still in a place of, finding your feet, you're in an unknown city. And the person I see in front of me now is this confident, beautiful girl, full of light, and, smiling and just sharing your gifts out into the world. And that's part of my, getting emotional now, but that's part of my, that's what gives me joy, is to see people taking this work so that they can develop their confidence, they can grow in that confidence, they can share their gifts with the world. And that's it, because people need that.
And like, thank you so much for helping me get that belief,
Okay, Linda, if anyone has any questions, I'm going to post this in the Facebook group, and if anyone has any questions, they can post underneath, and you'll be happy to answer questions.
Of course, yeah.
And we'll also post your Facebook group. And your Facebook, what's the name of your Facebook group?
The Kundalini Revolution.
Woohoo!
Let's do this.
So the Kundalini Revolution is Linda's group. And if you're lucky enough, if she hasn't taken it down, there is, before we turn it into a paid program, there are still the 40 days of yoga. So you could actually go. I loved the part where it was pimp my mat.
Yeah, pimp my yoga spot. Yeah.
Yoga spot. So it was like, we had photos of people that, some people were stunning locations. I was like, carpet in my room. But so if anyone is interested in doing that free training is still available at the moment. But I am going to coach you very soon to turn that into a paid package, and we can create something else to lead into that. But thank you so much, my love.
Thank you. And best of luck at the program. Thanks for having me.
So, thanks a million, Linda. Bye.
Bye.